What's going on, guys? This is Tony Tone in the house, the Chess Salsero. Guys, today we're going to be talking about how certain pieces move. And today we're going to start with the knight, or what kids call the horse or the horsey. We call it officially, legally on the chessboard, it's called the knight. This knight has a very specific and unique move, and we're going to break that down here for you today. All right, guys, so there's no confusion because you have to know how each piece moves. But more importantly, in a later video, I'm going to talk about what to do with the pieces, because learning how the pieces move is one thing. It's pretty easy. Knowing what to do with them is an entire different world, entire different universe, which defines the game of chess, which is very deep and profound. So I'm going to clear the board here, and I'm going to show you the knight. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. So think of a small letter L. So if I come here like this, and I move to the left, if you look at this, this looks like an upside down letter L. If I go here like this and like this, sorry, let's go here and then here, that looks like the letter L, right? So what does that mean? Let's go through each individual characteristic, I can't even say it, of the knight. Whatever color the knight stands on, I happen to be on a dark square, it must end up and land on a light square. So what it does is it moves in any direction. Let's say, let's go up 1, 2 squares. And then I have to move either left or right. So let's say I move to the right. So now this landed right here. It must land here. See, start dark square and we move it to a light square in the form of a small L. I say small. Why? Because I don't mean this big old L up here like this. Yes, it's dark square. Actually, you can't land there because it's a dark square. It has to be the opposite color. So, you can't go way up here and then to the right or to the left and land on this opposite color. It's way too far. It has to be only 2 squares in any direction. So let's go to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2 squares, and then I can go whatever is adjacent to it, to the side. Either this one or this one. The point is it has to land on the opposite color. You can never land on the same color with a knight. It has to be the opposite color. So this is how it moves. It is the only piece. Let's bring a rook here, and we can bring a pawn here. It is the only piece that can jump over any other piece. So I'm going to jump over this knight to the right here and land right there. Or I can come over here and go this way and hop right over this rook. Boom. That doesn't mean you take the rook. The only way, unlike the pawn, every other piece captures the way it moves. So if this rook were here, and this rook, which kids call a castle, legally it's called a rook, is on the square, the landing square of the knight, then I can capture it. Look at this. 2 squares, I go up, capture it, I land on the opposite color. White, I came from dark, from black. So I can take this piece here because, again, I can go 2 squares and up or down, or I can go to the side and then over 2 squares. Either way, it's the form of a small L, land on the opposite color, and I take the piece. If there's a rook here, how can I capture this rook from this position? You have to count the number of hops. So, for example, I cannot just go like this huge letter L and land on here. Number one, it's the same color, so it wouldn't work. Let's say it's here. I still cannot capture it. It's too far away, even though it's the same color. It has to be 2 squares away. That's it. It has to be 1, 2, and either go up or down, or it has to be 1, 2, or go left or right. Small L. Let's do this small L, either direction. Now, let's say I want to get to him. How many hops would it take? So you have to visualize in your brain. Let's do the visualization path. Here's 1 hop. Boom. Here's a second hop. Oops, sorry, a second hop here, but it doesn't reach him. So let's figure out in my brain, how can I get to him? If I go here, and then here, and then here, that's 3 hops. That's 1, 2, 3. This is what you're doing in a game of chess with a million pieces on the board. You are counting the number of hops. It might be close, it might be far away, to land on a destination square. So let's do it. I come here, opposite color, that's 1 hop. I come here, opposite color, That's the second op. Then I can take him right off the board and capture him or eat him and knock him out. So if we do a starting position, and we're starting a game, white goes first, and I want to move my knight out, where can I move the knight? I cannot move it here. Why? It's not a letter L. And it's the same color, dark on dark. It has to be the opposite color in a small L, 2 squares, and either to the left or right, so I can go here, and I can hop right there. On a computer, online, the pieces, the game will not allow you to make an illegal move. So even if I try to go here, look, well, this is wrong, sorry. If I go to the analysis board, that's the editor. In a real game, let's say I move here, and he moves here. Now I move, let's say I try to move here, look, it won't let me move. But if it's showing you, see the little green dots? It's showing you where the legal moves are for the knight. See the letter L to the right, the letter L to the left, or the letter L. See, 2 squares, 1, 2, boom. I'm starting out, I land on the opposite color, white, I came from dark. So now he can either go here, here, or here. The time that a knight is the strongest, let's go back to the board editor, is when it has the most space. So if I put a knight here in the middle of the board, it has the, let's clear the board. It has the most power and range. Why? Because I can land here, 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 here. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Think of an octagon. Look at the power and range of this knight. And it doesn't matter if there are pieces in the way. Let's say there's a piece here, or there's a bishop here where it lands, or the king is right next to it, or the queen is over here. It doesn't matter. I can hop over everybody. It's the only piece that allows you to jump or hop over any other piece. So let's go back to the starting position. If we just play a game, I move here. He comes out here. Look at this. There's the letter L. Boom. Now I bring my knight out, letter L. He brings his knight over here. Boom. I come over here. Now look, I'm attacking this knight, and he's attacking me. So if he wants, he can actually take me. Why? Because look at the letter L. And I land on the opposite color. So I can just, boom, remove him, and then the pawn could take the knight, and so on and so on. So guys, that is how the knight moves. It's very important. I'm going to be doing a video on every single separate piece so you understand it all. Because every piece has a unique way of moving, unlike checkers where every piece moves the same way unless you get a king and then it starts to travel all over the board. But every piece moves differently from every other piece. If the piece is the same, I mean, all knights move the same, black or white. All bishops move the same. All queens move the same. But if they're different from each other, the rook, the knight, the bishop, and the queen, those 4 pieces all have individual, unique moves that they make on a chessboard. That's basically it, guys. Hope you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel. It's chess.salcero27. And this is Tony Tone. I am out. Peace.